Hey everybody, Dr. Kevin Hyde here with Pinellasanxietyspecialists, coming to you live for day 9 of the 30 days of live videos. If you paid attention yesterday, you know that we are in self-care week. So this week I'm going to talk all about really taking care of yourself and the importance for that, and all sorts of ideas of things that you can do to make sure that you are putting yourself first, because you are important. Before I get started on today's subject, which is be selfish, I wanted to share a story that I forgot to share yesterday. So yesterday I talked about the importance of exercise and how we often hear from our doctors that we should be doing it and how we often neglect that, but just how important that can be because it's the best antidepressant, the best anti-anxiety medication that we have, just how important that is for mental health as well. And I just know that it personally is sort of my best way for me to handle the stress that I'm under. And that became very apparent a few months ago when I had gotten into running. I had never been a runner in my past, but I did the Couch to 5K program much earlier this year, and it got me from being really lazy and out of shape, being able to run consistently for 30 minutes. So if you're thinking about starting that, again, talk to your doctor first, but Couch to 5K, it sort of eased me into becoming a runner, and then it became something I was really passionate about and enjoyed. And that was sort of the way that I dealt with stress for most of this year, was being able to run pretty consistently. Thankfully, we have a membership at a gym that has childcare, so they'll watch the kids for a couple hours, so I can go do that. But there was a couple months ago, I'd gotten sick. I just came down with one of the colds that kids always get, and it seems like I always get it. My wife doesn't, so I guess she's blessed for that, and I'm not so much because I always seem to catch their colds. And so that sort of knocked me down for like 10 days. Not unusual. Was getting ready to get back into my my self-care exercise routine when the cold turned into bronchitis. And I was coughing for like a month straight. And my lungs just were not working. So I knew for at least 3 weeks there, I could not get to the gym. Like I would not have been able to run or do anything physical because it sapped my energy. I was coughing and hacking. I just didn't want to do anything. And during that time, I wasn't able to do the exercise, that self-care that was really important to me. And my wife actually sat me down. She was like, "Are you okay? You've been snapping a lot more lately." And that really gave me pause and had me to think like, oh, I guess maybe that's why, because I wasn't actually exercising and doing that thing that had become so important to me. So when I brought up exercise yesterday, that's why. That I know it's really important to me, and my wife can tell you that it's really helpful for me. And thankfully, I'm back into it now, so I'm doing much better, although I still get frustrated with the kids, of course. All right, so after that aside from yesterday, be selfish is today's topic. And the main idea behind this is that you are important too. As I mentioned yesterday, we tend to put our families, our spouses, the other people in our lives first, and that's to our detriment, right? We don't prioritize ourselves and our own needs because we care about them and want them to be happy, and that can cause big problems. I sort of like to think about it when you're in an airplane, right? If you're flying with your kids, they'll come on the overhead and talk about all the safety procedures before you get started, before the plane takes off. And one of the things they mention is, in the event of a depressurization and the oxygen masks come down from the ceiling, to put your oxygen mask on first before you help those around you. And the reason for that is, if you were to try and put the mask on your kids first, and were starting to do that, but then you passed out because you didn't have enough oxygen, you would no longer be able to help them. So if you put yours on first, you're then able to care for those that are important to you. And so that is this idea behind being selfish. Because if you take care of yourself, if you are doing the things important for your self-care and for your emotional and mental health needs, you are going to be more present and better able to help your family just regularly. So make it a priority to be selfish. And the way you can do this is just take a few minutes and list out all the things that you used to do before you had a spouse, before you had kids, before you had a full-time job and responsibilities and all of those things. The things that you did for fun, the things that you did for pleasure and enjoyment. And again, make this list. Hopefully there's going to be 10, 15, 20 things on there. And try and figure out how you can work one of those things into your schedule this week. And really, you should try and shoot for at least once a week of doing one of these things just for you. And it doesn't need to be a big extravagant thing. It doesn't need to be going on, a trip by yourself. I doubt that's going to work for a family. But it could be calling a friend that you haven't talked to in a while. It could be just going and stopping to get a coffee, right? Maybe you're used to having the cold or lukewarm coffee at home because the kids distract you all the time. Spend $5 and go to Starbucks and have a hot coffee, one of those special coffees that you really like, that's a treat for you. Maybe it's asking your spouse to watch the kids so you can go meet up with a friend and get a drink together. Go see a movie together, something like that. It could be any number of things, but it has to be something that is for you, just for you, not for the family. You are helping the family by taking care of yourself, but the important thing is that you are being a little bit selfish and finding ways to work those things into your life that are important for you. And when I say schedule these things for yourself, I do mean schedule them for yourself. Put it on the schedule so that you will follow through, because if you don't have it scheduled, you'll let it go because other things will come up. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Hope that's helpful. As always, if you have anything you'd like me to cover, put something in the comments here, shoot me a message, and I'll be happy to cover it. We got still 20 days left or something this month, so look forward to being with you the rest of the month. Hope you guys have a great day. I will talk to you tomorrow.